Huh. Oh my god. I've never been good at binoculars. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about Get a Clue. Get a Clue is a 2002 Disney Channel original movie. It's directed by Maggie Greenwald, cinematography by Rhett Morita, editing by Keith Reamer, music by David Mansfield, and it's written by Alana Sanko. The film stars Lindsay Lohan as Lexi, Bug Hall as Jack, Ian Gomez as Mr. Walker, Brenda Song as Jennifer, and Al Mukadam as Gabe. Filming began in 2001 and primarily took place in Canada, with some taking place in New York City. They were supposed to release in January of 2022, but they had to reshoot the ending of the film in 2001 because originally I guess it was the teacher. I'm assuming Miss whatever her name is, the one that's in love with Mr. Walker. I think they originally had intended, I don't know, they had to rewrite the ending. It was heavily promoted and re-aired a ton, and the song, the famous song, Get a Clue, was by the band Prozac, and they actually had the band go by a different name in the movie and the credits because they didn't want the affiliation with the drug. All I have to say about the directing is fantastic job. What a well-executed, cohesive, detailed vision. Fantastic. So much fun movement, so many funny shots. It really, really worked hand in hand with the story. I think they did a great job choosing shots, what shots would be effective, etc. They used so many fun spy callbacks with Dutch angles, because back in the 60s, Dutch angles in spy movies were really like the thing to do. They had really fun, like, dramatic movements, they had dramatic lighting in certain scenes. I think they had a lot of fun with this movie, first and foremost, and I think that's why I would consider it a pretty good success. I didn't notice the edit, which, as we know, is a good thing. The movie flew by and I had a great time, so good job. Get a Clue is obviously an iconic song. I feel like everybody thinks of this song when they think of the movie, or think of the song when they hear the words Get a Clue. But I don't think anyone has ever actually talked about the score of this movie, which is fantastic. Mariah actually watched this with me, and there were multiple moments throughout the film where I just kept going, the freaking music! Like, it just, the spy themes, the just normal regular score, some of the, like, themed themes, like, they're just, the music was so fun. Again, circling back to this whole fun aspect of it, and it was, like, so good at just, like, capturing the vibe and essence of this story and movie. The relationships in this movie are really well written, actually. The sibling relationship is very sweet and realistic, just the fact, like, they don't really get along, but then obviously in moments they do get along and they're like, oh, I love you, I'll keep you, I guess. You know, stuff like that was really well done. The friendships were also really well done. Lexi and Jennifer, super believable. I definitely remember being like, I wasn't super into fashion or anything, but like calling to talk about everything, talking about, you know, all the things. I feel like that relationship was really believable. And then the enemies to lovers story that is Jack and Lexi is just so good. It's just so good. So really well written. The dialogue in this film is like fast and fun, except for in a couple parts where it is just not good. But for the most part, the dialogue is really great. I love that it's so quick. I love that they're not treating kids like they're dumb and they can't understand like quick, fast, funny dialogue. But there's a couple parts, specifically the scene where they're talking about Mr. Walker's old computer while they're on the computer. Ooh, the dialogue is awkward and clunky and it just wasn't good. And then there's the scene where it basically, like, Lexi's dad puts her to bed and then they find a car and then Lexi's dad comes in and wakes her up and is like, your teacher's missing. I feel like there could have been a better build up to finding out that Mr. Walker was missing. I don't think it should have been her dad being like, I'm so sorry to tell you but your teacher's missing, like that quick. I feel like it definitely should have been like, maybe she goes to school, realizes he's missing and is like, what's going on? I wrote an article and now he's gone. Like, I feel like that build up could have been better. I need everyone to remember the last movie we saw. Bug Hall's been in a couple Disney movies now, The Big Green and also Safety Patrol. Safety Patrol was the last movie we saw him in, which he was still very much child. So when I read his name on the cast list, I was like, oh, I wonder who he is in this movie. I don't remember that. And then he walked in, and then he was Jack, and I was like, my brain short-circuited because I was still picturing Safety Patrol Big Green baby Bug Hall, and here he is as a full-blown, like, puberty teenager. And I was like, oh my god, he's so grown up. It's like, I can't deal with that. He's skyrocketed, he's sprouted, he's like a man. I can't deal with this. So that was crazy. My brain could not comprehend that was Bug Hall, like little Big Green and Safety Patrol baby Bug Hall, and then here he is like the supposed to be like the teen hunk in this movie, and I was like, I can't. What? No, I can't. I remember liking him when I was young and get a clue. I never realized it was the same dude. Crazy to me. I was like, wow, he's so grown up, and it's so insane. Regardless of that, their chemistry is so good. Lindsay and Bug had great chemistry in this film. I thought they did a great job with the enemies to lovers, the quips, the mean to each other, but like working together, all of it. I ate every bit of it up. I wanted them to be together by the end, and then I am obsessed with the fact that there wasn't a kiss. They just like, she gets in bowling shoes and they're like, yeah, okay, we're gonna go bowling together, like, cute, we're kind of a thing now. Like, so good. I just wanted in this section to give a small but big shout out to production design and costuming. Obviously, costuming is a big part of this movie because her and Jennifer are so into fashion, and the ooh, the early 2000s. So some of it's timeless. Some of it is of the time, let me tell you, okay? And then I also wanted to say some of the sound effects were just like over the top, but fit the again, back to Maggie Greenwald. What a fantastic, cohesive vision. She really was able to drive all the departments to deliver this thing she had in her brain, because it is just so great. Everything is. I think this is by far and away one of the better DCOMs. I had forgotten that it was actually a Disney Channel original movie. I thought it had just been like a movie that they played on Disney Channel a lot. I don't think I ever realized that it was actually a DCOM. And I remember I had only seen it a couple times, maybe even just the one time. I don't remember watching it a lot. But once I watched it now, I remembered a lot more than I thought I was gonna remember. And I have to say, if you had told me that this was a theatrical release that maybe didn't do the best, I would have probably believed you, because this film makes me truly like, DCOM quality can be all over the place. It can either be like this, like Quince, 13th Year, Smart House, or it could be like as bad as The Ultimate Christmas Present. Okay, like it just, DCOMs are all over the place. And this, I think, is top tier. I think it's up there in the top with the other reigning DCOMs, because this was really fun, really, really well done. I really enjoyed this. I would definitely recommend. I think some of the lessons in this one are like learning in their actual crafts. Like they're learning their actions have consequences, big time. I think they're learning how to be like real reporters and detectives. I also think they're learning to open their minds a little bit more. Jack was very like against Lexi, and Lexi was very against Jack, and they learned to open their minds a bit. So I think they're learning to be more open-minded. I think they're learning to be more accepting. I think they're learning that a lot of actions have consequences and you have to be careful. Yeah, I think there are a lot of good lessons to go around. That's everything I have for Get a Clue. Get a clue. My final rating is 7 faded sunglasses out of 10. Our total movie count is. Our parent death toll is. Cry count's still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I put out daily trivia, weekly random facts, monthly podcasts, etc. Go join over there. It's always fun. Buy merch. Merch is great. There's parent death in this movie, so parent death toll naturally. Merch is always a good time. Until next time, comment, like, and subscribe, but I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so you do, and don't be Granville about it. Da 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 da.